Good afternoon, John.
All right, how are you?
Thank you for joining the program.
Thank you for having me.
So this is your first time to Thailand?
I've been here on holiday, obviously been to Phuket.
I see.
One or two trips to Bangkok.
Two trip. So where are you from? ผมถามว่ามาจากไหนครับ
Well, I was born and raised in South Africa.
In South Africa?
South Africa. Yeah.
How many hours from Bangkok?
It's a 9-hour flight.
9-hour flight. So what is your background? ผมถามว่าคุณมีภูมิหลังอาชีพอะไรต่างของคุณเป็นยังไง
Well, I grew up. My background is actually obviously golf, but I grew up in South Africa where golf's actually quite popular.
Popular?
Yeah.
The name of the city?
No. Oh, it's in Johannesburg, South Africa.
You born in Johannesburg?
I was actually born in the center of South Africa, place called Kimberley, which is a mining town.
It's a mining town.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. The same as me.
Well, my father was a very keen golfer, an amateur golfer, and
famous?
No, just a very really quite competitive amongst his friends. But he
golfer, and the friends know him.
Yes, very well. Yeah, and he introduced me to the sport as young as 8 years old. Well, right through, and then obviously just picked the game up very, very quickly. And
so you are very smart to catch up.
Yeah, well, and then obviously I was quite competitive at a junior level, even as far as I was so in love with golf at the time that I...
And you win?
Yeah, won many junior tournaments, probably over 20 tournaments in different age groups.
You are the win?
Yeah, very much.
And then, very interesting.
Yeah, and then my father obviously made me do weekend jobs at the golf courses. So
your father allowed you to do weekend
jobs?
So he tried to make you absorb everything about golf?
Because I did not want to study, and I think he realized that golf was going to be a career, and he really helped me, push me in the right direction.
And golf can be a good profession for you, not engineer, not another thing.
Yeah, but I mean, for a lot of people, you don't have to necessarily be a Tiger Woods. The golf industry is very, very big, and my father made me study the equipment and teaching side of it at the same time, allowing me to play.
It can be professional.
Yes, very much so. And once I left school, I tried to play golf just like Tiger Woods. Yeah, and then obviously not as good as to make it to the top level, but then, like I said, I went into the equipment manufacturing side of things.
I see. So you satisfied when you practice?
Yes.
Even you are not the high or number one?
No, I think the golf's good enough that you can make a very good living just in many different fields.
And you spend more time to know about equipment? How to make equipment?
How to use? Design, assemble, sell.
I see. Sales too?
Yeah, obviously part of you design something, you must be able to sell it. Yeah, marketing. So,
sales of golf equipment?
Very much so. I have three outlets, so three shops at the moment here.
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia, yeah. And then about 1997, I just took part in a local long drive competition, which is a distance hitting competition for golfers, and I won quite easily. And then I was...
You won by that time?
I won the first prize. I think the distance wasn't that far. It was about 380 meters. I hit.
So this is 1997?
Yeah, about 1997. Yeah, and then obviously people started, some corporate companies and things like that asked me to come and do some demonstrations for them. And then basically a new angle of my career took off from there, where we started these trick shot entertainment shows together, and at the same time competing in what we call the Remax World Long Drive Tour. Then obviously I took quite a serious interest in long driving, trying to compete internationally, and we've traveled to over 20 countries.
You want to upgrade?
Yeah, well, at that time I wanted to start competing against the world golfers.
I see. And to change the statistic of those.
Yes, just being a South African long driver, I want to go overseas and try and test my skills out there, and eventually I ended up winning about 14 Remax titles.
So now you are?
Yeah. Well, then from there, and just once I settled in Malaysia, the nice thing about the long drive, it wasn't a full-time job. It was I could do it at my own time, at my own leisure.
Does mean right now you are the boss yourself?
Yeah.
And you can have your time is flexible.
Yeah, and then people might say I'm only 38 years old now, but in the long driving industry, I'm considered pretty old already. So
what is in your neck? ผมเลยถามว่า what you are wearing ผมถามว่าคุณสวมอะไรที่คอของคุณ
I'm wearing what they call a quantum pendant.
Okay.
All right. The quantum pendant was basically introduced to me from one of my suppliers. You know, like I said earlier, as you get a bit older, you start suffering from injuries a lot more.
Oh, I see. You are 38 years old already.
Yeah. The older I get, the harder you've got to work in gyms and things like that. So fatigue, you know, getting tired.
So it's
longer,
inconvenient,
so you can't train as much anymore.
I see.
And then I was introduced to the pendant as in the beginning somebody said, try this, let's see if it can work.
Okay.
Can work.
And so the first time when you wear the pendant, what happened? ผมเลยถามว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้น
I think in the beginning it wasn't like this immediate wow. Okay, suddenly I feel. Yeah, but especially when I'm doing my entertainment shows, I have to stand on one leg and balance. Yeah, and that was probably an immediate effect. And as far as golf is concerned, it improved my balance. And then slowly, as you start training and you start feeling better, my injuries would recover much faster. As you're getting older, you're also a bit smarter, so you need to be able to focus better. Yeah, and especially when you're competing with the young guys now, you're not as strong as them or as flexible as them. So since wearing the pendant, like I said, I can start competing again. I feel better. I can train better. I recover faster.
That is mean when you wear the pendant, you can take the pass back.
Yes, it feels like it.
It feels like that.
100%.
100%. Nah? So how excited?
I'm very excited now. I mean, especially I'm not just being able to be more competitive or stay competitive. I think one of the big things is to give up all of that.
That is mean you keep on going now for competition.
Because you get to a stage where you think, oh, it's all over, you know, all that excitement and everything.
It make you excited again.
Yeah, just keeps you wanting to carry on going.
What's any secret? Do you have any secret that or some other idea that you want to tell the people?
Well, definitely. I think most is for amateurs, for instance. We deal with a lot of amateurs, especially at my shops, which are situated at training facilities. One of the biggest mistakes that golfers have is they have bad balance. They don't have control over their bodies. That's number one.
As you are the trainer, you know that is the bad effect to the golfer is balance.
Balance is very difficult to maintain.
And what?
One of the immediate effects that you'll find from the pendant is that your balance will improve. The other thing is because golfers are generally played by people that are in their 30s, 40s, people that are on their retirements and things, they're not as old and as flexible as young children anymore. So, and then the main fact that a lot of golfers golf is such a great sport that people that have never played sport in their lives can play golf now, but
not injured.
And I think people could still naturally get injured, but your recovery rate is so much faster much faster than before.
Because of pendant.
Very, very much so. That's great. I mean, if most golfers can just benefit from those three factors, I think it's a must-have.
Three facts is first is balancing, second
balance, flexibility, and the ability to recover from injuries.
I see. Then golf. So three things: balancing, flexibility, and recovery
rate, which is very important. And I think when I speak mostly towards social golfers per se.
So right now you confirm that the pendant can be the answer of those three things
which stand out the most. Obviously, each individual is different. Some people don't necessarily need a lot more flexibility, but he might have a big effect on balance.
I see.
So
three reasons it cover from this pendant.
That's from a personal point of view, definitely found those three factors.
Okay. We would like to say the big words of thanks to you that you come to join our program today, and we hope to have you again.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
ลาแล้วครับท่านผู้ชมสวัสดีครับ